exclusive conversation that we had with the IOA President, P.T. Usha, and Commonwealth Games Federation President as well on India's way forward when it comes to hosting the Commonwealth Games in 2030.
2030 promises to be a very special year for India as we get ready to host the Commonwealth Games after a gap of 2 decades. And joining me at this moment is IOA President Dr. P.T. Usha and the CGF President Donald Rukare. Firstly, thank you so much for being here on Times Network. Ma'am, I want to start by asking you, there have been multiple meetings from 8th to the 10th of April. What has come out of these meetings and how confident is India of hosting the best ever games in Ahmedabad?
India is confident of hosting the 2030 Commonwealth Games. It will be our best one, and I'm happy that President and CEO and all here, Commonwealth CEO and President and all here, and they already visited Ahmedabad, and they are all happy about our progress also, progress of our facilities there. So I'm so happy.
Sir, I want to ask you in terms of, the observations that you've made or the decisions that have come out of these meetings, the multiple meetings that you've had. It has involved top officials in the Gujarat government as well, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. So what are some of the observations or the decisions that you can tell us about?
Well, I think first of all, we're happy to be in the Republic of India. We're very excited to have been in Ahmedabad for 2 days. We're now in Delhi. It brings back memories from the 2010 yes. Games that were here, and a number of people left with good memories of the Games. But for us, it's also a culmination of what has been a process that led to, first of all, a very robust proposal from India that was submitted and which was evaluated. So we already had seen in terms of what was proposed, leading to the decision and announcement in November that Ahmedabad and Gujarat had been selected to host the important centenary games for us in 2030. And now we're beginning the process of working the journey together with our stakeholders here in India, both in the city of Ahmedabad, the Gujarat state, the government of India, our colleagues at the Commonwealth Games India. And it's very clear for what we have seen over the last 2 days that all the different elements that are ingredients to host a successful games are in place. You have the political support from the highest level, from His Excellency the Prime Minister Modi, the Chief Minister that we met on Wednesday morning, the Deputy Chief Minister of Gujarat, the IOA here and CGA India, the cities. So what we are seeing already, that even the facilities that are in place are already, and those that intend to be there, which are part of an overall vision of the state of Gujarat, not just for the games, but part of an existing plan, give us the confidence that together we'll be able to begin the journey to what is going to be an awesome games, building on what are going to be brilliant games in Glasgow, which will be starting in July of this year.
Well, absolutely. But has there a decision been taken with regard to 2030 in terms of what are the other sports that are going to be included? What are the number of sports that are going to be included? Because Glasgow is going to be very, very restricted in terms of the sports that are there.
No, Glasgow is going to be a brilliant games. We are going to have a 10-sport program over 4 venues. On the 23rd of July, we are going to have the beginning of the games, which will end on the 2nd of August. We shall hand over the baton as sports people in a relay to the city of Ahmedabad, the city of Gujarat, and India in general, and we shall begin the journey. And what we have seen already from the various facilities, you can really host several games. So we're going to be in consultation with the international federations, with the city of Gujarat, with the local organizing company to announce the final program. It will be probably about between 16, 17 games. But for what we have already seen, there's a variety of choice. The menu is quite big, and we should be able to have what we believe will be an awesome, let's say, a set of sports programs which are both para, and we also hopefully we shall integrate some traditional sports from India. But from what we have seen so far, there's a lot of potential and scope to have what we believe will be a robust sport program.
And from the menu that's available to you, there's a lot of team sports as well, so you are likely to choose 2 team sports. Would cricket be one of them?
Well, this is something we're looking at, and I know we were at what I call the mecca of cricket yesterday at the
sentimental value to cricket and hockey in our country.
Yes, I think for me, at the end of the day, what is clear is that the vision, the passion, the commitment from as I said, right from the very top, whether it's with His Excellency the Prime Minister, so at the level of the government, the state, the government of India, the commitment is clear, and this we saw in the proposal. We are seeing from our visits the commitment from the city of Ahmedabad and the state of Gujarat, from the Chief Minister, the Deputy Chief Minister, to the city. What we have seen so far is an overwhelming level of commitment, drive, and passion for the Games, together with our counterparts, the Commonwealth Games India, plus also the athletes. We saw some of the athletes at the Center for Sport and Excellence in
So you're giving us hints but not clear answers, but we'll live with that for now.
No, that's part of the excitement. That's part of the excitement. So at the appropriate time, we shall announce the sporting, but I can guarantee it's going to be a sporting program that is vibrant.
Oh, well, absolutely. India is known for its vibrancy and the hospitality that we offer whenever we host our games. Ma'am, that brings me to you. When we talk about 2030, what is the progress that we are making, IOA is making in terms of, the next steps? Do we have an organizing committee in place, or are we working towards that? Or could you give us a little bit on that?
Organizing committee, I think it has to be formed now, not company.
Okay.
Has to be formed now. And I think the president and all will be meeting the minister and even for secretary and other thing today on and all. I think they are going to make the organizing company.
And ma'am, do we have any idea about the projected cost, what it's going to take to, build everything in Ahmedabad and the nearby areas where we are focusing on to host the 2030 Games?
Maybe I cannot say the cost now, but the cost is 2000. It is not for 2030. It is the vision of our Prime Minister 2047 Vikasit Bharat. We are making it now. So it will be like now maybe 2030 Commonwealth Games, and afterwards it will be, we are trying to get the 2030 Olympics also.
Games.
And we already shown the expression of interest to 2030 Asian Games also.
Okay.
So it is all the vision of Prime Minister Vikasit Bharat. So we're doing for that only, not for only for 2030. So and even for the same time, we should be sure that India is going. We should win the more medals. So for that, we want to give more exposure for our players, so that we will bring before 2030 lot of world and Asian competitions in our country also, so that they'll get exposure and it can be good for the 2030 or 36 or 38 Olympics and Asian Games.
Absolutely. So that brings me to you. I want to talk to you about the Commonwealth Games and what you think about, the relevance of it. There has been constant debate about Commonwealth Games. Does it hold the same relevance that it used to earlier, especially after Victoria, pulled out of it as well, and then Glasgow stepped in and took it upon themselves to host the Games? Is there a concern about the relevance of Commonwealth Games, or you're confident that it is going to continue?
No, we're absolutely confident that the Games are here to stay. The Commonwealth Games represent one of the major multi-sport games that we have globally. There is no doubt that the level of interest that has been there in the past continues to be there, in terms of when you see the athletes who are gearing up to come for the Games. Already we had the chef de missions meeting in March, where all the chef de missions from our various countries came. Already the entries are showing that there's a lot of interest in terms of the Games. The international federations are interested. So from our perspective, there is no doubt that the Games remain relevant under our current strategy of Commonwealth Unite and the reset and refresh version. There is no doubt that the Games remain relevant, remain very interesting for the athletes, and we believe when we come to what we'll see in Glasgow and also here in India, that it will definitely be one of those legacy, because a lot of athletes look forward to coming to the Games and participating and coming together. It brings together the 74 territories and nations of the Commonwealth